Hi, this is Kara Hart, and I love hats. I absolutely love hats. And so today, my hubs is no longer going to be wearing this hat. And you know it's a man's hat because the embellishment is on when you're looking forward, like this is the point. The embellishment is on the left-hand side, then it's a man's hat for those of us who are binary. And then on the right-hand side, if you have the embellishment there, then it's a woman's hat. And I was in a hat shop one time, and in the hat shop they said, well, women are always right. That's how you remember that it's always on the right for women. So I about died. I thought it was hysterical. Hi there, Clint. And so I love that it's a little bit misshapen. That's one of the things I love about it. And yes, for those of you who are professional hat people, you never want to put your hat on this way, especially a cowboy hat, because you gradually get more and more of a pinch there, which is what I often do to my hats. And this is a little bit bigger than I want, but on the inside of most hats, you can add a little bit of foam, and that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to add a little bit of foam to the left and the right, which will make it fit just to fit my head. And you just peel this down and then put it back. The material of this hat is paper, but there are all different kinds of materials, and this should work for many. So I brought with me to the table some stuff from my stash, and I am a huge fan of use what you have. My goal was to have, and this is a nearly white hat, this is not a perfect white. My goal was to have the same contrast with black, but more feminine, okay, that goes around the outside of it. I am not a hot glue person, so I'm going to be stitching this on. And I don't mind making it first and sliding it over the top if it fits. And so the first thing I want to do is make sure I have all the pieces that I want. So this is one piece. I brought this out because I think it'll be nice to put an accent on the right-hand side to show that it's a woman's hat, to give it a feminine look. So I'm going to use 2 of these white pieces, which means I will cut here. And I don't have any fancy tools, just scissors, needle, thread, a couple of hat embellishments, and something that I want to go around the rim of my hat. I bought this from an auction. It's a brooch. And I'm actually going to use the brooch as my closure of the item on the hat. And so that is going to make that part really easy. And you're going to see how easy this is actually going to come together. And so this will be on the right-hand side. You can use whatever it is you want. You can even stitch it on. And then I brought myself some buttons, because when I get to the decor part, then I really want to go through, and yes, this is my personal button stash. I brought it out yesterday to show someone that this is, it's not all of my buttons, but it's most of my buttons. And I do have another little bin of pinks, blues, reds, and another bin over there. And then I have my military buttons separated besides what I have here. And then I have some that I have not sorted yet. You don't need to see those, and they're over on the side. I've collected these buttons for years, and I might actually use something that has the little hole in the back instead of one that stitches through the top. But I'll think about that. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet, and I need to make sure that it all ties out. So give me just 1 second. And I'm going to grab everything. Oh no, hold your britches. I'm not using the pink because I'm not big on the pink, not to mention I don't really like red next to pink. Hold your britches. I'm not using the pink because I'm not big on the pink, not to mention I don't. Yep, sorry about that. I opened it up so I could get the share thing and share it in the group. Okay, so I'm going to trim off just the white ones, because I only want 2 of those. I might want 3, so I have some more off to my left. Oh my goodness. There we go. And I don't know if any of you like to wear hats, but I absolutely love it. Now, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this brooch with the off color on it next to the whites. So hold yourself a minute. I'm going to go get myself another one. Now you're going to see my brooch collection and laugh at me because, yes, I love brooches and hats. I'm the woman that doesn't wear makeup, but I have all kinds of brooches. For the love of the butterfly. But, oh my gosh, wouldn't this be fabulous on a hat? It might be a little bit too big. Just broke something. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's a little too big. If I put it sideways, how would that look? I don't know. That might actually work sideways. I still feel like it's a little too big. This is what happened. It snapped that little white pearl off. I mean, I could wear this on the hat. Boy, that would be cool. But I'd be afraid of it rusting or something, so no, I won't. But this one is a strong maybe. There you go. This one is a strong maybe. I'm going to put that next to the black stuff, see if it still looks good. I don't know. What's your opinion, Clint? See what else we have in here. No clowns. Not too blingy. Clearly, I have a lot of butterfly ones. I want to do silver. And I want to do blue. What color do I have on this? Well, I guess it wouldn't matter if I did silver or blue with the whites and the blacks. Okay, this one is really pretty, but it's just too big. Isn't that gorgeous? I feel like I just saw that. Did I see it and put it back in? All right, that one's kind of heavy though. Yeah, the cat is funny. Dragonfly is always good. Oh my gosh, now you're going to see me trudging through. The clock. Is it too big? Oh wait, we found it. This is what we want. Why? Because it has the little pearl in it. It has the hint of silver. It can go sideways, and it doesn't take up too much space. So that's the one we're going to choose, and I'll put everything back into my brooch collection. I know this should have a better way of being displayed. I know, and I actually do have that. I have a gift from someone who made a booklet to store the brooches. And I'm going to save this out just in case. Did I just put it back in here? Oh my word. I'm glad I put it back in here. Look at that one. That one is perfect on a hat, is it not? Almost standalone all by itself. All right, so I'm going to leave that one out instead. Don't know what happens to the one, but oh, here it is. Let's leave those 3 out and see how it looks when we get to the bottom. Put them all in there. Might as well take the last 2 brooches from my latest purchases. Make sure they're all in there too. Okay. And the cat made its way in here. That's funny. Okay. So now that I have my selections, so I have 3 brooches to choose from, 2 little flowers. I do like an uneven number of things, so it'll be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 kind of stuff. Okay, measure this out. I want a little bit of overlap, so I'll cut it off at this flower. Ooh, my scissors are getting a little dull. Now, when you're replacing your hat band, you might want to check to see if you can actually just remove it or if it's stitched on. And now in my case, this one is removable because they just glued it, but I don't want to see all the glue residue. So I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. Let me see. Yeah, I would see glue residue all the way around. I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. Let me see. Nope, we can work it off. All right, I'm taking it off. Now the easy thing to do would be just spin it around and put the Panama thing on the other side. But I'd much rather have it be my own hat, my own band. You can see their glue all the way around. So now you're going to sit and be bored while I take it off. Like I said, I could just put the Panama on the other side, which would hide it, and all that'll get covered up. And someone's going to say, you didn't show me how to make a hat band. Well, I just showed you how to flip one over. It's good enough for now. Here, let's trim this extra stuff. For those of you who like hot glue, you can always do that. I don't. All right. All right. Now I have this, and I simply, oops, got to remember that towards me is the right. Actually, I can use the hat band itself to create my space. And so let's take the first flower, this in the middle, this on the other side, and see how I like that. That is a little too funky for me, too many flowers. Maybe just the one piece. That could work. Let me see how I feel about it when I put it on. And this one, remember, I can just, oh my gosh, this is going to be the easiest hat band I've ever made in my life. So to hold the birches, I'm just going to put the birch through. Slide it back over. Center it. And now, because I don't use hot glue, the wise thing to do would be to get needle and thread and stitch it on the rest of the way. You guys may or may not be able to see that. You can sort of see the little band in the back behind that. So let's see what it looks like without the little band behind it. I think it's going to be bad because you can see that glue. So you're going to have to watch me take the glue off so I can experiment. It's no worry, because part of the reason I don't like hot glue, it just comes off. I guess it depends on which cities you live in. And this hat has been in Arizona, some hot places, Florida. So it's seeing its temperature swings. I feel like I should start this video all over again, delete it, and do it after the glue is off. Because no one wants to sit and watch someone remove glue. Oh, look how much came off right there. For those of you who can handle the sound, you can use things of heat to help you reshape your hat like a steamer, but then you're really getting into millinery that way. I am not one who has the skills to teach anyone that, but there's some amazing artists on YouTube if you ever want to learn about millinery, hat making skills. Definitely an art in that world. Oh my gosh, look at this bead. Isn't that cute? It's almost better than the brooch, but there's no way to hook it on. My needle's too big to fit through that hole. I'd have to actually be really careful about getting it through the hole. Or I shouldn't say bead, it's a button. Now, if you wanted to really bling up the brim, you can do feathers and band, I mean. You can do feathers and all different kinds of things. And you know what I'm going to do, Clint? Is I'm going to pop offline, I think, after I get all this glue off, and start the video over so it doesn't say bid form. That's still left on there from when we held the fundraiser. It's a great way, even if you buy like a used hat or something, to make it your own too. Right, now it has no band. And I'm going to get rid of all the glue that's on here. And I'm going to get rid of the little band now that's behind it. And it's probably going to be a 2-minute video when I come back on. Hey there, Sherry. All right, I'm going to pop off and come back on because I just spent a whole boatload of time just peeling the glue off. Oh, or I can just leave it. I'm just going to leave it. Folks can see how things work. It's perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to find my little spot. It's on there now. It's happier now for sure without the other band behind it. And let's try it with the feather. See how I like it with the feather. And if I do it with just the feather, I might be able to put this with it. We'll see. I don't know. What do you think? The two together. It needs one something. I don't know if it needs, no, it doesn't need that one. 3 things, y'all, 3 things. Always 3. That one's kind of nice. Still looking. I don't like putting two silvers next to each other. You can see about the two flowers, but it looks too clustery for me. Clustery is not the right word. It looks too clunky for me with the two next to each other. So I'm going to go through my button bin. You see, I just think that's 220s for this particular hat style because of the way the feather lifts up. I also think it wants to be held this way instead because of the way the closure is. Set that aside. Oh my gosh, that's like a belt loop thing. How fun is that on there? All right, you're going to look through the buttons with me and help me find the one that's going to go on here. For now, I'll rest it on the hat. See how it fits. And yes, you can totally stitch it on. You can totally glue it on. But for me, I typically just rest it on. The only time I stitch it is I might put a stitch in to make sure the centerpiece stays center. All right, so let's find a good black one. I need my light for this, so you guys are going to have to deal with the glare. Oh my gosh, that was fun. Oh, what about something like this? A little gray. Oh, but see, I don't necessarily like it on the hat when I see the button pieces. There's just a big old black button. Too much silver. All right. You know what I should use? I should use one of my military buttons. Where did I put those after the auction? Yep, I'm feeling it. Ooh, maybe. What's this one? Oh, darn it. I like when the coconut ones are like that. I like when they're darker. But this is the military ones I have a small stash of. They get their own special little place. And this one has a hint of red on it with the black. I don't know what I did with all my white buttons. I do have this one. This might work. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and there's one that doesn't have the little bodkin on the back. Like a little bit on the back. I don't know if my thread will go through this, but I do like this one. I think that's the one we're going to use. See if I can get it without the light so you can see it. Well, come on now. There you go. You can get a bit of the glimmer of it. All right, but I need the light back. So that's the decision. It's not even going to be the military button. It's going to be this one. Now, the hard part for me is getting it on and where to put it. You think about right there. Does like a 1, 2, 3. Could put it in one of the air holes, but then you lose it. Oh my gosh, right? You can totally do that. Put it in one of the air holes with one of these ones. Oh, that's too funny. I'm sorry. Get a little carried away. this one. Okay. Okay, hold your britches. We're about to, don't worry, we're not adding the button this way. It's just, I want to make sure that I keep this centered, and I'm going to see, because I've never, or at least I don't remember doing a brooch before. Yep, the brooch goes through the paper just fine. You'll flip it down and send it back through the paper. So now it'll actually stay on my hat just fine. I'm trying to spin it because it's a tight fit now. There we go. And so try to equally space the little white piece right there. This one's under that hole, this one's under that hole, and this one will be under this hole. So let's see if I can just bring that through the hat. This will be hard because I have the most dull thread you've seen in years. And I don't need this much thread, so. Dull scissors too, don't worry. Okay. Don't need to worry about it too much because on this hat it's woven, and on my particular flowers they're woven too. So if I can get it through, I just need to pull one bit through. Oh my gosh, we got lucky and we got it through the hole. Now rethread my needle. I know I look so rudimentary doing this, but hey, use what you have, right? Okay, and now I want to put it right next to the other hole. Not the same hole, because that won't do me any good. And try to put it really close on the hat itself. And it's through. See how we like it there? All right. It lifted it up a little bit. I don't know. Is it too high up, do you think? I think so. I'm going to take it out and do it again. Who cares? Let's just hope we can get it through the button as easily next time. Put it down a little bit lower. Now I know I like it here. A little better. And now I'm flipping the hat band down on the inside a little bit and then going through. And you can actually look on the other side because I can still see the hole from the inside. But I do want to put it here and pull it through. Get my little button and try this again. Okay. That's only because my needle will not go through that tiny little hole. Find my little spot in the flower and then send it back through. And I think I'm going to like this spot a little better. Oh yeah, definitely. What do you think? You think this feels pinched right here? This little flower? Should I have left it off altogether? I'm okay with it. I'm the one wearing it. So for you, if you do feel that, then put less on. If you feel like it needs more, then put more on. There's a piece of me that wants to put a couple feathers, popping up right there. So all I'm going to do is just a double knot over, under, under, over. And trim the excess, which is good because you can't see it on the hat band. If you want it to not move while it's on your head, then you can take and put a stitch in the front, in the side, and in the back to hold it down. I don't feel the need to do that because it's fine. It's loose enough that it'll rest a little. And yep, I like it. Well, thank you for joining me and checking out the very simple way to turn a man's hat into a woman's. And hopefully when you go through your stash of supplies, you find some things that you can use up that tie out with yours. Love and hugs, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.